All right, welcome. This is an introduction to XYZ homework for Math 95 Intermediate Algebra. You should have received an email a while back from XYZ with login information. Your email address is your login name, and your initial password is the word password, all lowercase. So you can enter your email address and your password, click login. You should immediately go to account settings and change your password. And then once you're done, let's see, you want to hit update down here, so I can't see it on my screen. Okay, what we need to do is you probably have one course in here already, perhaps Algebra, a combined course. We want to add a new one, so hopefully you have an add course or an admin page button down on your list. Yours will look a little different than mine, and you want to add a new course. The way it works here is you have to just create a blank course, copy the master course into it. So I'm going to make a Math 95, give it a specific name so students and I both recognize the right course. Intermediate Algebra, and multiple sections, so this one might be for my 10 a.m. section. Whatever you want to call it. Start end time is not a big deal. I usually make that early in the morning, like 1 a.m. When I post new items, they'll automatically appear the next day, or in the morning of the day I have them set for. Late passes is optional. A late pass gives students the option of getting an extra day on an assignment. So say they're behind on Chapter 6, Section 5, and they need an extra day. If they have a late pass, they can apply it to that assignment without going to you and saying, oh, I just need one more day, please. They can just choose to do it. And they have 3 to work with, maybe, or 4, or 2, or 1, whatever you decide. And you decide which assignments you can allow late passes on or not. Default on homework is to allow late passes. You can always change that. So we're going to start with a blank course here, as opposed to choosing one of the templates created from the publisher. And we're going to enter the course. The course ID, we'll see again later, that's what students will use to enter the course you have here. So here you can see we have a course with nothing in it. On the left we have the admin panel. On the top we have the general options for the course that you and students see. We want to next, in the admin panel, go to course items, and we want to copy an existing course. So for Math 95, Bob Hillenbrand is the lead instructor, and so he created a course for us to use. So we just go to My Group's Courses, find Bob Hillenbrand, and somewhere here we have, which one is it? I'm going to guess it's this top one. We'll find out in a moment. And so we choose the course we want, and then we choose copy, or select course items. When in there, we're going to choose to copy the whole course as opposed to selected items. We'll look at selected items later. Offline items are things like quizzes or projects that weren't in the online system that you added into the gradebook. I doubt he has any. I'll click it anyway. Okay, so this brings up the course. Let's expand the calendar. This does not look like the right course. So, double check another course. Let's take a peek. Oh no, that was the right one. Okay, we're good. Home. In my home, I should have my new Math 95 course. I just saw it, there it is. Alright, let's get back here. Alright, so we did copy the right course. We're good. Bob has his due dates set up so that homework is due by the time they take the chapter test. So that's what these green links are for there. Let's contract the calendar. All right. So at the top here, notice that it says View Instructor. So you get to see everything. Student's view will look a little different. They won't have the admin panel on the side. They just have some links, pretty similar to the links at the top here. Bob has the syllabus listed as the first thing, so students can't help but see it. Your syllabus should be similar in some respects. For example, he has homework worth 20% of the grade. I think homework should be worth no more than 25–30% of the total grade. After that, then we're possibly watering down the course, especially in a system like this where they can repeat homework until they get 100%. It's good for mastery, but we need to discriminate between different levels of learning. Chapter tests. He has the chapter test count for 60% and the final chapter tests for 60% and the final for 20%. The final should be no less than 20% of the final grade, which I certainly had it more than that. So homework should be no more than 30%. Final exam should be no less than 20%. Otherwise, your policies are up to you for the most part. All right, so after the syllabus, he's going to have groups of information based on chapter. So this course is going to cover chapters 6 through 13. And he has the particular sections shown in the calendar and on the syllabus. So the calendar shows what sections will we do. That will also be listed in each chapter. So any section that's going to be worked on will have an item listed. Each item will have a link to the actual online assignment if you choose to do online homework, and a video related to that section. Most videos are by the author of the textbook, but some are by student tutors. When you're in a homework assignment, like there, there's links to videos sometimes and always the ebook. So you can bring up the ebook and then you can jump into the ebook here. The ebook is also available from XYZTextbooks.com. Take a quick look there. And your login works here. There's also an instructor portal here. When you log in, it gives you access to solutions manuals and test banks. And mathtv.com. Log in here, same as before. This gives you access also to the ebook and any videos that are related. And the cool thing about it is it gives you and students access to all videos, all books from this publisher, not just the book that the student is using for your course, which is pretty awesome. And it's quite a deal. This company is very good in terms of price and quality. It is different from our previous publishers, so it's going to take a little getting used to. All right, back to instructor view. If you don't like the due dates that Bob has set out here for the course, you can change them in a couple of ways. For any particular, oops, am I in the right course? Yeah. So notice that the XYZ MTH095 it picks up in the middle of the book. Bob has hidden, so students can't see them, but you can, the other chapter assignments that go with this. And you could choose to delete those if you want to. So if you point to that, you can delete and wipe out that whole section or unit, group, sorry, and that group for this chapter has all the stuff in it. So you can leave them there hidden or you can remove them. Let's get into chapter 6 again. If you want to change the dates, when you point to a section in a group, you can change the settings, and under settings, you can change when they're available until. That's the due date. You can keep them open as review after that so students can go check them out and play with them, but they can't change their grade. Other settings here you might want to check out. Okay. If you want to change things in more detail for a whole bunch at once, then you go to Mass Change and Dates. Here, you can affect whole groups of things. So scroll down to chapter 6. So for example, instead of having everything due on the 9th, you might want to change it so that they're due a couple of days after you cover it, which is the way I do it. So 3 days after I cover something, I expect the homework to be turned in. If it's not, it's late. And they can either, depending on the course, work for partial credit, or they're done. Normal credit. So you can go change a whole bunch of stuff here, which is nice. So that's under mass change dates. There's breadcrumbs and this blue bar here that allow you to go back to a particular place. That's what we need to look at here. Suppose you were messing around with that initial course earlier, and you did something in your version of Algebra, a combined course that you want to use in the version you copied over from Bob Hillenbrand. That is very easily done. So what we would do is go to Copy, and we would choose, say, one of your own courses. Select that course. And then instead of copying the whole course, you just copy a selected item. So let's say you were playing around and you wrote an awesome Chapter 6 test. So you could just choose it there. And choose to add it to Chapter 6 in the existing course. So this system allows us to bring things from one course to any other course in the system, either a whole course or parts of a course. Any assessment. An assessment is a chapter section's homework, or a chapter test, a practice test, a quiz. They're all kind of the same. The settings are the same, or the options are the same for everything. The options you choose are what designate a homework section from a test. Alright, so other things you want. Messages. That's like an in-course email system. Messages appear here that students send you, and you can send messages to students through the messages system here. It's not email. It won't go to your email. It won't go to their email. You'll just have an inbox here that you can play with. Forums are threaded discussion. So you could have a Chapter 6 forum where you can write things to students and they can respond, or students can ask questions and other students and you can respond. It's a pretty nice system, especially for an online class or even an on-campus class. Roster, once students enroll in your course, you'll see them appear here. Calendar is the same calendar that appeared in the main course here. Gradebook is where you set up your gradebook. And if we go to gradebook settings here, we can see that online homework is 24% of the grade, chapter test 53, final is 23, and he has practice tests that are in the course, but they don't count as part of the grade. And you can adjust this as you want. Remember, online homework shouldn't be any more than 30%, final exams should be at least 20%. As far as students enrolling in your course, what they need from you is the course ID. So for example, my Math 95 at 10 o'clock has a course ID of 4924, and so that's what I would give students. And then students would just go over to XYZHomework.com and they would log in and create an account. When the student creates an account, either from a course ID, so let's say get this straight. When they buy a new book, there is a code for them to get an account on XYZ textbooks. Even without that code, they can get an account with XYZ textbooks, which includes Math TV and XYZ homework, and that will give them the first chapter of any and all books for free. Even with your course, without paying any money, they can get access to the first chapter of your course for free. After that, then they have to pay for it. It's $30 for just online access. That's for a year for everything. So they could use this for Math 25, Math 70, Math 95, and Math 111 in 1 year. Only pay $30 for all the ebooks, all the videos, all the homework. An awesome deal. All right. I think that's about it for now. So again, I'm Gary Parker. If you have any questions, let me know. Bob Hillenbrand is the lead author of this course, and so he is available for questions also. We can schedule webinars with you individually, with the publisher, about how to use other features of the website, or we could come visit you in your campus, so let us know. Have a good day.